What's going on, everybody? Corey here with another video, and this week has been doing something that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit now. There's been parts of me being lazy, and then parts of me, deciding how soon I want a crazy comment section. Because today I want to talk about someone who I really enjoy their products. A lot of people really enjoy this person's products, um, but has been seen very much as controversial. And that is Justin Miller. Um, I've been a big fan of Justin Miller's work for a long time. I've heard things about Justin, and I've had conversations with Justin. It's never been on like a super, super intimate level. I would love to be, buds with Justin, be able to ping ideas off of him and chat with him. And I don't think he's completely off limits in that realm. Like, I'm sure I could probably just shoot him a message or a DM and we could chit chat about magic a little bit. But, I'm a person, I like to respect a lot of people's boundaries. He's got a personal life. I know he's had stuff going on, and I just don't want to bug the man. But any interaction I've ever had with Justin has been amazing. I think we had one little miscommunication last year, and it was my fault. And it is what it is. I was past it as soon as it got done. I was past it in the moment. I apologize for kind of where I came out of everything over. But I'm going off on a tangent. So Justin Miller, Magic's bad boy, if you will. He's been in this game for a long time. I remember hearing about Justin back, like I was just getting really back into Magic after a little bit of a hiatus, after a long hiatus, actually. So about 2006, I believe it was. I was hearing, talks about Justin Miller and some of his stuff, and didn't really start getting any of his products or really looking at a whole lot of his stuff until a few years later. I think I may have seen a lecture that he had done in that time, but don't remember really getting super like into it. Like I said, I remember, was it like the Jailhouse video? Let's see. I'm on Real Magic right now. So, yeah, live at the Jailhouse, a guide to restaurant magic. And if I remember correctly, like he's in that talking about restaurant magic, and that was really my big exposure to Justin. And it wasn't until probably 2000, I want to say 2014, 15, maybe 2016, somewhere in there. It's definitely been within the last 10 years where I really started following along with Justin. So as most people know, I'm a huge Paul Harris fan. I think Paul Harris is one of the most brilliant minds in Magic. Um, and I couldn't wait to dive into Paul Harris stuff. And honestly, I put Justin at that same level as Paul Harris. And some might see that as a dig. I don't think it is. I hold Paul Harris really high up there. I think I have just about everything Paul has ever made himself or published himself. Um, I don't have a whole lot of like Paul Harris Presents stuff, but I do have a lot of Paul Harris stuff. And to me, Justin's right up there with Paul Harris. And just to kind of go over some of the things that Justin's put out, you know, from things that I've watched or used, like just even more recently within the last couple of years, we've got um, Ticketmaster that he put out, um, which was, I believe, was supposed to be part of a whole series. And I don't remember if he's put any of the other stuff out with the series or not. Um, but his teaching and handling on Ticketmaster uh, is phenomenal. I don't remember. I can't get into the slip on the front. I cannot remember who the original concept was from. I want to say it was Ray something. Oh geez, I feel like an idiot for not knowing this. So that's my bad. But Ticketmaster was great. The Black Hole Project that he put out, where you got 2 coin purses and you were able to, pull a pin out. You can make stuff vanish. You can make stuff appear just out of this coin purse. Amazing product, amazing teaching. To most recently, the stuff that I've gotten from him, the Dream Kit, which is a great modern take on Lethal Tender. It makes so much more sense. And I think there was some drama around this. I don't remember. I don't care. This made so much more sense than having a weird little packet trick wallet and doing the Lethal Tender trick with that. I always hated that. It never made sense to me, even like bringing anything out at all extra, like having something that big. And this, taking it to where you're using a coin purse. And again, you get 2 coin purses with this, but everything's all self-contained to be able to do this. It was great thinking. Again, I think there was some crazy drama with it, but that's none of my business to get into. I don't know the whole story, and I'm not here to start any kind of fucking rumors. Also, excuse my language. So moving on to that, he also put out the Wuhan Assembly, which was an Aikido box routine. You got a shot glass, you got an Aikido box with 3 Chinese coins and a special gimmick. And then you also got a slug. And I don't have it out here, but you also got a Servant. And such a great routine. Again, I honestly, like, it's going to sound like I'm sucking up to Justin, but he hasn't really put out anything that I don't like. He's put out things that don't appeal to me, whereas, like, that's not my style. That doesn't really fit me. But Justin's never put out anything that I can say that I hate. Any purchase that I've made with Justin directly or for any of his products have been things that I really, really enjoy. So these have all been things that are released through Justin directly, and Justin does very small batch releases. I've got stuff in queue coming, so a lot of people sit there and bitch and moan, "Oh, I haven't got my stuff from Justin Miller." JM rips you off. I've never had that experience at all. Listen, he does everything in-house. When he's doing it this way, he could go to large Magic distributions and get this done. I love the way he does stuff because I know for something like, I don't remember how many of the Dream he made for the Dream Kit, but I know that there's only a small portion of magicians that own this. For the Wuhan Assembly, I know only a small portion of magicians own that. The Black Hole Project, same thing. All of the stuff is limited release, put out by him. He hand makes a lot of the gimmicks. I think he hand makes all the gimmicks. Obviously, like, he doesn't spin the Aikido box himself, but he puts these kits together, films his instructions, ships them out to you. It's going to take some time. And like, I'm a few deep. I think I'm waiting on like maybe 3 things from him. It might only be 2. But one's coming. I already know it's coming. He's already shot me a message saying, "Hey, dude, on its way." Communication with Justin's always been great. But I love the limited releases. There's a lot. I hate limited releases and love them at the same time. Because there's a lot of things, when it sells out, it's out. Like, you're not going to get it. Sucks. Especially if it's something really interesting and something that you really want to do. But I love the whole idea of the limited releases because you know that is what you're going to be doing. You know that if you see someone doing this, they most likely got it directly from Justin himself. But I want to go over some other items that he has out. So if you're part of Real Magic Magazine, Justin Miller The Lost Tapes is available as part of your membership, along with Live at the Jailhouse. I don't know if they have any lecture notes from Justin. I can check real quick. No, don't look like they do. But those two things are available from Real Magic as part of your Real Magic subscription. So some of the things that he's put out, you've got Divorce, which is an amazing ring routine. And I'll go a little bit more into that here in a second. Strolling Hands. He's done, I think, 2, maybe 3. I think it's 2, though, of the Murphy's Magic's live lectures. That you can get those. I think you can still get those on Vanishing Ink or wherever you get your lectures from. Time and Space, you may still be able to get. You might have to get it from a third party, but these are just some of the things that he's put out. Let's see, Freedom Pack. Captured, I think, is his. Yeah, Captured. The Cloak. Let's see, what else? There's a ton of stuff on here. I'm just trying to not read anything that's not his. Really, honestly, go into Vanishing Ink and search for Justin Miller. Go to Penguin Magic and search Justin Miller. So much good stuff. But another, more stuff that he's put out. This is stuff that I found on Illusionist. The Bold Project. This is 3 volumes. As I would love for Justin to write a book, but I can guarantee you that if you watch The Bold Project, you are going to get stuff that you're going to do in the real world. You are going to get items. You're going to get effects, miracles that you're going to want to go straight out and do. I don't remember everything. It's been a while since I've watched them, so I actually need to rewatch them. But if I remember correctly, there's an effect called Bloodletting, which is, oh gosh, I need to make sure I remember correctly. But it's you can put a little impression of the pin cap on your hand from a Sharpie, and do a second one and join them. In fact, there's an effect that Illusionist put out fairly recently in the last year, I think, called Impressed or Impression or something like that from Hanson Chain or Chen, which is basically bloodletting. It's the same trick, and I don't understand really why they did that, but I mean, I can't speak for other companies. On top of that, Silver Dream, which is Justin Miller's sleeving project. That might be one of his first things that he did with Illusionist, but I might be wrong on that. Neo Coin Matrix, Doppelganger, Aftershock, Top Shot. Oh, so what else is here? Abyss Change. Sit Control, Card to Shoe, Descent, Tandem, Kick the Monty, which is an amazing routine. Might be one of my favorite little small packet tricks that you just do with a regular deck of cards. Like it's a pick a card trick. I mean, if we want to dumb it down the lamest of terms, it's a pick a card trick. But you get to tell the Monty story and tell a story about it, and it's brilliant. It's got some knacky stuff in it, stuff that I still try to work out. I've had the pleasure of watching Justin do it on his New Year's Eve lecture, in front of us on camera. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't. And then I want to go back though to Divorce. So Divorce is his ring routine, his finger ring routine. That is multiple parts. He's got something for just a little bit of everything for this. Sorry, my phone is going crazy. I'm about to check this across the room. But there's a little bit of everything for everyone. So the way it's broken down, you don't have to do the whole routine, which I think you should. But his pull through at the end. So he takes the ring, puts it on his pinky, and pulls the ring through. is butter. It is so beautiful. So beautiful. And it lends itself, like, if you're doing other ring routines, I do think that Justin's pull through at the end on the pinky needs to be added to your ring routine 100%. But everything about divorce, from, you know, it vanishing from between your hands and appearing back on your finger to appearing on the spectator, like, the whole thing is just, it's such a great, like, I don't want to say easy to do, but like a great in the moment trick. Like, you can use your ring, you can use spectator's ring. There's no gimmicks. It's one of those things where if you don't have anything on and all you're wearing is a ring on your finger, you can say, "Oh, okay, well, here, let me show you something," and you can go into it. It's the, for me, like, ring magic is already the ultimate EDC. Divorce, you have like a whole set. You can stretch it out as long as you want and combine it with other ring magic that you're doing. It just lends itself to so much. Um, it's always been like, since the first time I watched it, it's one of those tricks I was just really really into. Um, Justin just changed his website. I was going to give you his website. Let me look it up real quick. That's I probably can't get to it here. I should have been more prepared for this video. So Justin just changed his website. I think it was mentalsites.com. It is now delicatedeceptions.com. You need to get on the mailing list if you're interested in anything Justin puts out. He, like I said, he pretty much mostly, especially over the last few years, is buy direct from. And he's got he's had some great things come out, and he's going to have more great things coming out. Go to delicatedeceptions.com, get on his mailing list. He's not annoying, he doesn't send you stuff nonstop, but these are limited releases. So when he says, "I've got 20 of this," most likely he's only ever going to have 20 of that. Occasionally he might say, "Hey, I was able to scrounge together a couple more, going through my stuff, so I've got an extra 5." But I've never ran into anything that I've purchased from him. I've never ran into that issue. One of his latest tricks that sold out, he was originally going to have a lot of, and wasn't able to have all that. So even kind of before it went on launch, he was like, "Hey, I thought I was going to have this many. Turns out that's not going to happen. I'm only going to have this many." And then I think he was able to add a few more to it. But I really recommend getting on his mailing list. I don't want to recommend it just because it means less chance for me getting stuff from him. But it's worth, his stuff is definitely worth checking out if you've never checked it out. If you're new to magic, check out stuff from Justin Miller. If for some reason you have a hate boner for Justin, like, I don't know what to tell you. I hope if you dislike Justin, it's not because someone has told you to dislike Justin. There's a lot of backstabbing in the magic community. There's a lot of people that hate on people, and I think it's okay if you want to laugh and joke about other magicians and whatnot. But I think if you haven't had a bad experience with Justin, I don't understand why you dislike him, unless it's his personality or whatnot. And I can see sometimes, like, Justin's very passionate. I don't want to say he can get, like, abrasive. I don't think he can get abrasive. Justin is very passionate about magic. From what I've seen in my interactions with him, he's very passionate about magic, and he doesn't take kindly to people shitting on magic. He wants to see the art furthered, and I think we all want to see that. I think we want to see great things coming out of magic. We want to see, young magicians doing great things and carrying on this fantastic art form. And I think sometimes people see Justin's passion, because maybe he bites a little bit when it comes back, as being too much. And I don't necessarily, I'm a passionate person myself about things. So I can get the same way. So for me, that doesn't bother me. I think we're too quick now, to automatically just think someone's a bad person because they're passionate because the way they respond to something. Now, maybe if you got a bad, like, if he called you something, I don't know. If he called you something, maybe it was justified, maybe it wasn't. But I don't consider that a bad enough interaction to dislike somebody. Like I said, I've had one minorly bad interaction with Justin, and I was in the it was bad timing on my part, and I got that immediately when we were interacting, and it was my bad, and we moved on. I think I don't think either one of us hold any ill wishes or ill will towards each other. Like I said, I've always enjoyed Justin, and he's probably one of my favorite magicians out there today. But this video has gone way too long for me to be stroking the ego of Justin Miller. But if you're not familiar with his work, get familiar with it. Check out his stuff. You can find a lot of it on Vanishing Ink. You can find a lot of it on Illusionist. You can find a lot of it on Penguin. It's pretty much everywhere. And like I said, I haven't looked at everything he's ever done, but I've never been disappointed with anything that I've gotten from Justin. I've been disappointed with a lot of magic from other people, but I've never been disappointed with anything that I've gotten from Justin. So take that for what you will. Like I said, if you have a hate boner, I'd like to kind of know why you have a hate boner for Justin. But I also don't really want to stir that pot either. But I just say get over it. Life is too short to hate people. I mean, you're entitled to hating people if you want to. That's fine. But life is too short to go and hold a grudge against people and have a hate boner for anybody. So I'm going to leave it at that. I want to thank you for checking out this horribly long video, and we will catch you on the next go-around. Peace.